So, what if that helpful AI assistant your team uses every day is secretly becoming a gateway for attackers to steal your company's most sensitive secrets? It honestly sounds like something out of a movie, but it's a very real and growing threat. Today, we're going to dive deep into this new world of AI powered data theft.
And just so you know where we're getting our information, everything we're about to cover comes directly from a tutorial by Virtualization Options LLC. We're specifically digging into Chapter 1, which puts the Human Resources Department, basically a goldmine of sensitive data, right under the microscope.
I mean, really think about that for a second. The very same tools we're all adopting to be more productive could actually be our single biggest security risk. We're not talking about old school hacking where someone has tried to guess a password. This is totally different. It's a much smarter, more subtle attack that uses conversation to turn your own people into unknowing insiders. The rules have completely changed. Right, so you can pretty much forget what you know about traditional cybersecurity. This isn't about firewalls and locked server rooms anymore. The new battleground? It's the chat window. Attackers are weaponizing the one thing that makes AI so incredible, its ability to understand and talk like a human, to literally chat their way right into your company's vault. And believe me, this isn't just some niche problem for a few tech startups. No way. This is a huge industry-wide phenomenon. A stunning 78% of organizations say their teams are using AI tools more and more. From marketing to finance, AI is becoming as normal as checking your email. But here's the thing, with all that power comes a massive risk. When all this new AI adoption isn't managed correctly, the risk of a data leak jumps by more than 3 times. This isn't some far-off problem we need to plan for, it's a fire that's already burning right now. So how in the world do you fight an enemy you can't really see? Well, you have to learn to think like them. So let's pull back the curtain and look at the attacker's playbook. It's fascinating and, to be honest, a little bit terrifying to see how clever they are at turning AI against us. Okay, first up, we've got something called prompt injection. The best way to think about this is to imagine a master manipulator who can talk someone into revealing their deepest secrets. That's exactly what attackers are doing to the AI. They write these incredibly clever prompts that trick the AI into ignoring its own safety rules and spilling confidential details from past conversations. Next is a really sneaky one they call context poisoning. Picture it like this. An attacker basically whispers misleading information into the AI's ear, poisoning its memory. This bad intel then corrupts future conversations, tricking the AI into leaking sensitive data that was shared by other completely innocent employees who are just trying to get their work done. And of course, you have the classic, just with a modern twist, social engineering. This is where attackers stop targeting the machine and start targeting the weakest link in any security chain. Us, the humans. They use all sorts of tricks to manipulate your employees into willingly typing sensitive company data right into a compromised AI tool. All right, to really bring this home and show you how serious this is, let's zoom in on one of the most data-rich parts of any company, the HR department. This is where the threat goes from theoretical to, well, very, very real. I mean, just look at this. HR departments are sitting on an absolute treasure trove. We're talking about everything an attacker could possibly want. Social security numbers for identity theft, salary data for corporate espionage, even performance reviews that could be used for blackmail. It is literally a one-stop shop for cybercriminals. And they're not just kicking down the door. No, this is a slow, methodical heist. Attackers are playing the long game. They start small, building up a harmless-looking conversation history with the AI to establish trust. Then, little by little, they start asking for more sensitive bits of information, using the AI's own memory against it to piece together your company's biggest secrets. And please, don't think this is just some theory. Check out this quote from a chief information security officer at a major tech company. This is a real-world disaster, a massive breach that started because one HR coordinator was trying to do their job using an insecure AI tool to analyze salary data. That's all it took. The numbers here tell a pretty grim story. About 2/3 of these breaches exposed personally identifiable information. Almost half of them happen because employees are just misusing these AI tools. But here's the real shocker. A whopping 89% of companies don't have any specific rules for how HR should be using AI. That's just like leaving the front door unlocked and wide open. Okay, so we've laid out the problem, and it's a big one. But this is not a hopeless situation. So how do we fight back? Let's switch gears and talk about solutions, about how you can build a real defense to protect your people's data.
Your first line of defense has to be a set of simple ironclad rules. These are the bright red lines that your HR team absolutely cannot cross. Things like never, ever input a complete employee record into an AI, period. All data must be anonymized first. And every single document the AI generates needs a second set of human eyes on it. These steps alone will massively cut down your risk.
But policies are only part of the solution. You also have to build a culture of security. This means training your team so that redacting personal info becomes second nature. It means giving them safe, pre-approved templates for common questions and keeping a clear record of all AI usage. It's about making security a habit, not a chore.
You know, we've focused a lot on HR today, but don't let that fool you. This is not just an HR problem. Think about it. Your sales team, your marketing folks, your engineers, they're all using AI, and they are all potential targets. So the real question you have to ask yourself now is this: are you going to be the one to find these hidden risks, or are you going to wait for an attacker to find them for you?